What is going on, everybody? We are back with another review. We're reviewing Raw. Uh, we are at CCW, and
Yes, Raw.
I am Nick,
I am Joe.
and we pretend to talk wrestling. So, I,
Well, WWE pretended to put on a wrestling show, so
that's almost accurate. I was proud of him. I didn't feel like I was living in one constant damn commercial, but then again, Raw's not the bad one. Come,
no. Most of the ads are skippable. Although there was like a 3-minute ad that I could not skip, and it was at a weird spot. And I'm like, why in the fuck can I not get through this? But that's all right.
they have some sort of weird technology where it's like once they get in the commercial, you can't skip it. It's like this is bullshit.
Oh yeah, it was long too, but especially when, because they, I wish it was on actual TV, so they had to just be 2 hours, so it would be easy for me to get in. But they start doing like 2 hours and 45 minutes, 2 hours and 27 minutes, and I'm like, dude, all I got is like slightly less than 2 hours to fit in this long ass show before we record, and it makes it difficult.
Right. So something I found out on Twitter. Well, real quick, Michael Cole and Corey Graves run commentary. So something I found out on Twitter. Um, about an hour and a half before the show started, and they opened up talking about it. Is Naomi was not cleared for action tonight. And we were supposed to get Naomi versus Io Sky, which would have been
Yep,
way better than what we
a
got.
banger.
Um,
I We'll get there when we get to the match, but I didn't think it was a bad match.
it probably that was the match I had started really honing in on work to knock it out. Um,
Oh, you missed the best match of the night.
well, it was because Roxanne was involved, and I just don't care.
This was the best she had looked. It was the best she had looked. Because
Um,
I'm more of a Raquel fan when it comes to that duo, but she held up her own tonight.
but some things do get set up that would have been interesting overall with everything tonight. There are some things that I obviously don't care about, and there are things that I would have done differently, even though I think what they're gonna do is gonna be okay. So that's all the different angles we're gonna be coming through from tonight. So we start off with Punk coming in. He says that he should be champ, but he's not, so he's a bit angry. He has a Seth Rollins problem. He said at SummerSlam for the first time in 12 years. I wrote a lot here. I was almost damn near writing word for word what he was saying. Not even intentionally.
No,
Um,
he did say a lot.
he said for the first time in 12 years he became champion in this company, but he is not currently. Says he's even more possessed to be champ. Says that he doesn't hate the game. He's cashed in before. He understands how that works, but he hates the player. Says he's taken Rollins' title. He's not going to have to fake an injury next time they do go, though, because he's going to break his leg.
He's gonna break his leg.
At this point, LA Knight's music hits. LA Knight says at SummerSlam, everybody knows Punk was robbed. He reiterated like 15 times that he's not trying to have a problem with Punk throughout their little conversation. He says that he does deserve a rematch, and then all of a sudden you hear Punk go, yeah. But last week, LA is having his match, or last week LA was having his match, and it had nothing to do with Punk. But for some reason, Punk comes down, attacks Rollins, and gets LA disqualified. He said he understands it, but it's the wrong place, wrong time. If he wants to whoop Seth's ass, that's fine, but wait till after the bell. Punk says that he should be saying thank you for saving his career because he was about to be stomped into the floor, and LA can now get to the back of the line. Knight says, yeah, there are levels, and as good as Punk is, he isn't on Knight's level. Well, that's a wild thing to say. Knight says he's going to become the world champ and that Punk can be his first successful title defense. Punk goes on and starts to talk, but he's interrupted by the Bronze and Paul Heyman.
The Bronze.
There's a funny thing about this. We'll get to that in a second. So Heyman says, because the crowd starts chanting, Heyman says, I'm going to need subtitles if you're going to chant at me tonight, which made me laugh.
It made me laugh too.
Um,
He called their language a guttural language.
Heyman says if you start trading favors with Punk, it's going to cost you everything. Punk called him a crybaby and said he was going to punch one of his chins or one of his Bron Brons. At this point, I laughed because I called them Bron Brons last week, and I now want royalties.
Yeah, we've been calling them Bron Brons for a while.
Exactly.
That's how I've been writing them in my notes because I don't want to spell out Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker.
I still threw two in the air for my tribal thief. The two dysfunctional. The two dysfunctional.
You're liking that gimmick a little too much,
dude. I love it. As a matter of fact, we'll get to there. The two dysfunctional teammates accept Bron Braun's challenge for later tonight, and that's the end of that.
Yeah, it's kind of a messy segment, but it set up the main event, so I guess it was fine. I don't really have anything to add. It was fine.
It was an okay segment. It's the best Punk's sounded in a while. He didn't like stumble much
he's
over
still
himself.
A little too. He's still a little pandery.
Yeah, starting off he was.
Yep.
There was a period of time where he said something to listen to some booze, and I was like, "You're treading thin ice there, buddy." You're gonna piss the fans off. Nah. We'll run into some more of that later. So, backstage segment. Judgment Day's talking, and Dom walks up with El Grande Americano. No one wants El Grande there per Finn. Dom says not to worry about it.
Yeah, he brought him into the clubhouse, man.
All right. Dom says don't worry about it. I'm the king of the luchas, and he's gonna get El Grande to help him secure the AAA title. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Nothing would surprise me at this point. Which, it's weird, they announced who's commentating that show. JBL and Corey Graves are doing the American commentary on the WWE YouTube channel.
Is JBL not ever... hasn't he had at some point allegations of being racist towards Hispanic people? Am I misremembering this?
I don't know. I don't think he's. I don't think so because he was in Taker and them's little group, and there was. Well, I don't know. He's an asshole, so maybe you're just taking away him being an asshole.
No,
as being
I'm sorry.
racist.
I'm sorry. It was a wrestling thing. He's definitely had a.
Oh, was that when he was feuding with Rey Mysterio?
So during a feud with Eddie Guerrero, JBL's character playing the heel used racial stereotypes and comments about immigration issues in a segment that many found offensive. That's my fault. That would have been Vince.
Say it, they're gonna love it.
Yeah, apparently there was a whole Border Patrol thing. Okay, I was wrong on that.
Get that cheap heat, brother.
That's my fault. What he had allegations on was bullying and harassment.
No, not JBL.
Right. So, if you want to go ahead and run with the match, that will look those up.
So this leads to the match of Dominic Mysterio and El Grande Americana versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. AJ was all over Dom at the start of the match. Him and Dragon Lee attempted some very sloppy double team moves, which the babyfaces were kind of in control until the break. After the break, somehow Dom and El Grande are in control. After that, it's just kind of back and forth. At some point, El Grande Americano goes to put the metal bar in his mask after he retrieved it from his crotch, and he looked for a very long time to try to find that thing.
Yeah,
to be thwarted by AJ, and it dropped it. I guess it's kind of important to note that Dom wore a mask to the ring and wrestled with a mask on for parts of this match.
Yeah, he did.
Dom picks up the metal bar, puts it in his mask, and all I thought was, ew, that was on his crotch. headbutts AJ. Grande rolls him up for the win, and the heels steal one. The more I see Dragon Lee, the more I don't like him, which is bad because I remember him being very good.
Yeah, he's struggling.
And I don't know what has happened. I don't know what has happened.
He's barely used as a part of it.
Yeah. Well, he chose to go there. He could have went to AEW. AEW wanted him as well.
But yeah,
I don't know. He ain't doing it for me.
He struggled this match, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of sloppy stuff in this.
This is again one of the matches I actually got to pay attention to, which made me sad. I mean, I was happy because it's AJ. I'm never gonna not be happy to see AJ wrestle.
The monkey flip, into the
yeah, I was gonna say
the Styles Clash was good.
The monkey flip into the Styles Clash was really neat. But yeah, I don't know. I'm so tired of watching AJ put over Dom.
Well, he's on his way out. That's what veterans do.
Yeah, but they could be using him to actually enhance someone else that matters.
I agree.
Now, I listen. I say that, but I understand Dom is over. People love this guy. I just don't. This is more of a me thing. This isn't. I think like they're gonna push Dom. People love Dom. People love to boo Dom. People are also cheering him a lot. He's honestly picked up a lot of that Eddie Guerrero style overness to him, where he's got a lot of people booing him and a lot of people cheering him. But my problem is I just don't see it. It's not connecting with me at all. But anyways, moving on. Earlier today, Sammy's talking backstage with Pierce, and he asks for a World Heavyweight Championship match. Pierce is like, hey, you've got a match today with Rusev. If you get through that, maybe we can talk more about it. And then Sheamus comes in the picture, and he's like, hey, I want to fight him. I want to fight Rusev. And Sami Zayn's like, bro, please, don't interfere in the match. After the bell rings, you can run in all you want. He says, but at least let me try and get the win before that happens.
Like, as a friend, come on, man, help a brother out.
Right. And Sheamus is like, all right, gotcha. So we get to the match. Sami Zayn versus Rusev. During the entrances, there's a backstage segment where Io wants a title match, but Naomi is out. Maybe she can fight Roxanne, since Roxanne wanted to butt into the conversation and wanted to match so bad. So Adam Pearce agrees. It's official. That match is going to happen.
Yeah, I hate him saying, and it's official all the damn time, too, by the way.
Get used to it. We're about to hear more of it from Nick Aldis on Friday.
Oh, yeah. They may as well be selling T-shirts with their faces on it. Which they may actually have. Who knows?
They should probably do that.
Yeah, and if they do, I retract my previous statement. Get that money, boys.
So apparently Rusev has never beaten Sami Zayn before. Didn't know that. Toward the end of this match, because I didn't take notes for most of the match because it was boring as hell.
It was a lot of Sami fighting from underneath. There was a really cool kick where Rusev kicked the shit out of Sami.
The shit out of him, dude. You're talking about
the crap out of him.
He did the Machka kick, I think is what it's called, when Sami was going for the haluva kick.
Yeah, it was just a running thrust kick, but yeah, it's pretty much it.
Oh man,
kicked the shit out of him
connected right in his neck. It was great times. But yeah, towards the end, Rusev gets Sami in the 10 beats of Bodhrán that Sheamus always does. He doesn't even finish the full 10. But Sami at some point gets in, hits a corner exploder suplex.
Setting up for the haluva.
And then all of a sudden, Solo Sikoa and the MFTs come out and attack Sami Zayn for no fucking reason. Sami wins.
That's because he embarrassed him on SmackDown last week.
Sami wins by DQ. Sheamus comes out afterwards, and the Sheamus Rusev dust cloud sparks up, and they disappear.
Yes, I immediately thought of that picture, by the way.
And in all caps, I said, I am over this fucking Bloodline shit. Why the fuck do I have to deal with Timu Bloodline being mad at Sami just because he lost on a roll-up on Friday? Fuck off with this shit, man. Find a different story for these people.
Yeah, I put, looks like Sammy ain't getting a world title shot anytime soon. He may have to settle for the United States Championship.
No, it's a bloodline fucking vortex. Because all it happens is the same people that have ever. If you've been in a bloodline, that's the only story you're gonna be fucking involved in. Because that's all WWE wants to do. Triple H is hanging from fucking Vince's nuts with this. I'm fucking sick of it. Right.
Yeah, I am over. Number one, Solo is not that great.
No, he's not.
Number two,
And they're dragging Sammy down with this shit.
they're wasting people in this group and in this feud. Sammy needs to do something else. He just got out of a long feud that really went nowhere with the fucking Karrion Kross stuff, which we don't know if that's going to pick back up if Cross resigns or whatever happens there. And yeah,
I'm not even
Or
saying
JC Mateo, aka Jeff Cobb.
I'm not even saying they need to get rid of this group, but I'm tired of seeing this group in matches with Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Jacob Fatu, Roman Reigns. Am I missing
Jimmy
anyone?
Uso.
Jimmy Uso.
You're missing a third, so.
Sorry. I'm sick of it, dude. There are other people to jump and beat the hell out of.
The same thing could be said against Dom, who only wrestles other luchadors.
Wrong. He was, but he was
or
wrestling people
AJ.
with shapes in their names for a while. Like, I don't. But at least he's moved on to AJ though. Like AJ's his current thing, and AJ's not even a lucha. Like,
He's the closest thing to one as a white dude.
technically, he's not white. Oh, you're talking about AJ. I thought you were talking about Dom. I was like, Dom's not
You
white.
confused the fuck out of me. I'm like, what? Not only is he white, he's super white. He's southern.
No, yeah, AJ's really white.
Although he is very tan right now.
AJ's corn-fed white. So, no, okay. I feel like JD now, and I'm sorry for that, guys. I'm so over the bloodline shit. I'm so over it.
I was about to say, have you finished your rant?
I just they're gonna make me listen between them and wanting people to watch on ESPN and all of this other shit. WWE and constantly
Great PR, man. It's great PR. What are you talking about?
Constantly scheduling against AEW shows and then surprise pay-per-view in my hometown that I'm probably not gonna go to because fuck you.
Yeah, I still haven't seen anything official on that yet.
It's probably, dude, it's gonna end up being NXT. Watch. That's.
Well, I mean,
and at least I won't have to think about going then.
yeah, I told Kristen about that. She goes, "Yeah, I'd rather just stay home and watch All Out."
I don't blame her. I don't blame her.
Hi, buddy. You can't be on the podcast. No. Nick doesn't let his cats on there. You can't get on here either. All right, lay down.
So, backstage, Adam Pearce is yelling at Nick Aldis on the phone as they kick Timu Bloodline out. New Day comes to bitch about Penta. Pearce isn't having it, says Xavier can wrestle Penta next week.
Sure. Come on, get out.
We get a Bronson Reed vignette where he talks trash about Roman Reigns.
Sorry, my dog is trying to get to my microphone.
No, you're fine. I'm just running through about 20 minutes of show. There is a very obvious Snickers promo that's not an actual promo. They like focus really hard on the turnbuckle and the fucking side screen. They're like, "Look, Snickers, we're putting you on our show just so you don't think we're not here." Like, I fucking hate it.
Did you at least like the Adam Pearce segment? Because he's all upset and the New Day pops out.
It was okay. It wasn't very.
It's like, it's not a sombrero.
I like more what's said later about that hat, but you didn't get to see that because that's a commercial break segment.
I did not. I'm curious now.
It's coming very soon. So.
All right.
I'll let you go ahead and backstage segment. Kabuki Warrior CEO backstage. They offer to be in her corner to keep it fair, but Io's like, "No thanks, I got it. If you want to run with the match," this is where I started not paying attention to things this closely.
Oh, the Io Sky and Roxanne. They actually started with wrestling maneuvers, which was a refreshing change of pace. Eventually, Roxanne ends up on the outside. Io does a suicide dive, taking out Raquel and her, but Perez kind of gets up quickly to take the advantage off of it. Uh, Roxanne did a very nice and very easy looking top rope Hurricane Rana, like a super Hurricane Rana that looked really good. And then she did her little cartwheel knee attack thing and looked like she smashed Io's face in.
Yeah.
Uh,
I looked over in time to see Roxanne catch a boot in the face off a botched moonsault.
yeah, that's coming up.
Different
Wizard
time
by
somebody caught something in
Perez.
the face. My bad.
Yeah, there was a few. Um, the moonsault where Io was trying to win. Yeah, you mentioned that. After that, things got fucking messy, man. They overbooked the shit out of this finish in an attempt to save face for Io, but it didn't do that. Made Io kind of look bad. Uh, the Kabuki Warriors come out anyways to try to even the sides. Roxanne pushes Io into Asuka, and Kyrie rolls her up, grabs the tights, gets the win. Um, yeah, messy, overbooked finish.
Yeah, I said, like I said, I said the one sentence I threw in, and then I said Kabuki Warriors tried to LBO, it backfired. Io lost on a roll up pin. Hey, second roll up pin of the night. Let's go.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not just AEW that does those finishes.
no. It's a problem in wrestling. And again, once a night,
It's lazy. It's lazy fucking booking.
Once a night, I can't complain. Once you start getting to 2, 3, 4 times a night, yeah, we got issues.
Dude, back in the Attitude Era and shit, you didn't get those all the time unless it was a hardcore match. And then that was just funny because they were all trying to roll each other up to get the quick pins to try to run out of there.
Just wait, I'll be referencing the Attitude Era before the night's over as well.
Nice.
So backstage, God damn it, why can't we do this thing where, like, if you're on SmackDown and you win the Royal Rumble and then you win the championship on another show, that once you lose the championship, you go back to your old show?
You go back to the other show.
So...
But then both Usos would be on one show and you'd expect them to be a tag team.
Oh, no. God forbid. So...
I know. Where they're actually digestible.
Yeet Man said, Braun's on notice, Seth's on notice, blah, 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 blah,
I literally put Yeet Man as well.
He gets worked up and he sounds like the fucking dude from fucking Waterboy.
Yeah, I put Yeet him off my TV.
LA popped in and he's like, the lion starts behind me. And he says, LA is ruffling feathers. And I said, it's the first time I've ever liked something LA has done. It got Yeet Man to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he kind of makes fun of Jay. I like the LA Knight part too.
We get
it's like, hey, stop talking. Great.
We get a commercial break interview that's Penta, and he basically says, Xavier, I'm better than you. Even your stupid hat looks better on me. That made me laugh. I couldn't understand most of the rest of what he was saying because, his English isn't
thick
great.
accent. Yeah, thick accent.
Very, very. Match 4, Maxine Dupree with Natalya and Akira Tozawa versus Becky Lynch. I'll let you run with this as well because, again, I was working.
Well, before this match, we got a Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky screaming at each other.
I'm glad you said something.
Backstage.
We'd have skipped this. I fucking missed it, and I wanted to talk about this. I'm happy with this little thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping it sets up an Asuka versus Io Sky match. I would be down for that.
Yeah, I put in all caps, this is what I want in life. I want Asuka versus Io. Give me the two crazy Asian ladies beating the hell out of each other. And I want it to be like some old school Stardom type shit. Like, really beat the hell out of each other.
Well, Stardom is not necessarily Japanese strong style wrestling.
No, but that's where most of the Japanese female wrestlers come from.
It's true.
That was the reference there. It wasn't.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I want a proper Asuka and Io match and let them loose. Let them do their thing.
Let them be them. In fact, let Asuka just be Kana for a night. Like, let me see that.
Yeah.
All right, now you can go back to match 4.
Oh, this is a very, very much the worst match of the card. Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree. The only thing I have is nothing match. Becky wins with disarmor. Becky took 90% of this match. Dupree had a slight little comeback. It was nothing. After the match, Natty, who should have got the match in the first place, comes in to check on Dupree. Becky attacks her from behind to eventually, what I assume is to set up something with her. Don't know if I want to see that either.
Nope.
Because they won't let Natty wrestle like Natty can wrestle.
Yep.
But it was nothing. Poor Natty for having to be teamed up with these geeks.
Yeah. Backstage, Seth is happy that Punk seems to have an LA Knight problem, and they have a Braun problem. So it appears Seth isn't needed, so he's gonna leave. We knew better.
Yeah, I put he's leaving. Then I put we'll see.
Commercial break, New Day ramp segment that you didn't get to see.
Nice.
So that one dude that's not actually in the New Day but is in the New Day comes out.
Big G, man.
And he introduces the New Day. The New Day come out and tells the crowd that you don't get to boo us. You guys aren't even actual Canada. You're French Canada. They're confused why the bald-headed tyrant refuses to find that ingrate Penta. Penta must be stopped, and now you can't. At that point, you can no longer hear what they're saying because the crowd is booing so loud. I haven't heard.
Yeah, this was a really good crowd.
I haven't heard the crowd boo this loud since like 2 years ago. Dom.
This was a really good crowd.
This was loud. At some point, I'm pretty sure I heard them say that he was going to beat Penta next week because it's supposed to be Xavier and Penta.
Yep.
And then they finished the little segment with them yelling at the crowd to shut up. We get I really wish you were watching on PC so you could have your ad blocker on so you get to see some of the more funny stuff that happens.
Well, then I have you explaining it to me, and I feel like I'm there.
All right. We get a Bailey vignette. She's been here for 13 years, but has never felt this way before. She wants more, but feels nothing. She's having a fucking pity party, and I'm tired of it already.
I put Bailey therapy session video.
But the very end, there's this almost psychotic like laugh.
Yeah, I hope she's losing it.
And
we've been talking to Bailey heel turn for a while now. So
I put we might be getting a psychotic Bailey. So I'm excited for the idea because I think she would be able to be psychotic pretty well.
Bailey's got tons of range. Bailey's good.
So I'm excited for the idea. So we'll see where that goes. And I hope the first person that catches it is goddamn Valkyria.
Oh, well, it leads right to Lyra's promo where she's not to blame. She, this is Bailey's thing. She screwed her. So, this isn't her fault. And she just kept reiterating, it's not her fault. It's not her fault. So, yeah, I think Bailey's going to go nuts on the chick. Hopefully that means she's going to go over. But we'll see.
Give me one quick second. All right, so I just paused our recording to look up something. So backstage, we get Io walking, and La Primera shows up. Stephanie Vaquer says, "You weren't the only one promised a title match." Io then walks further, runs into Rhea. Rhea was looking forward to her title match, Io's title match against Naomi, as she feels Io can't trust the Kabuki Warriors. Io yells at her in Japanese for a couple seconds, and then asks her to stay out of it. What I was looking up, for those of you wondering, as of our recording, nothing has been said as far as why Io wasn't cleared.
Why Naomi wasn't cleared.
I'm sorry. Why Naomi wasn't cleared. The only thing I found that was even relative that could be used was apparently Naomi had posted a video earlier today of her riding her little power scooter that she's been riding off and on in promos and stuff. And she hit a bump somewhere backstage and it flung her off of the fucking thing. Like it upended her.
Oh man, that's a shitty way to fucking lose a fucking title match on a televised program.
So what? But I'm not saying that's what caused it. But that's just the last video Naomi posted, right? So like I said, we haven't heard anything. I was just scoping all over Twitter. Sean Ross Sapp hasn't said anything on there yet. But the reason why I was
no websites have promoted anything.
The reason I was concerned is because specifically with Stephanie Vaquer coming up saying that you weren't the only one promised a title match. It makes me wonder if whatever happened to Naomi isn't going to be a much longer term thing than just this week, right? If they end up stripping the title from her, this is what I don't want. I don't want yet another 3-way for the Women's World Championship. Because I feel like that's kind of almost what this was basically building. Is a backdoor shot at it being Stephanie, Io, and Rhea. And I don't want it. If you're gonna do something, do a one-on-one match. And in fact, what I would say you do is you just make it, you finally do Io versus Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship match. And you put them two on your Paris show and just let somebody finally win between the two of them.
They're not going to do that. They're always going to put Rhea into everything.
Make her the special guest referee.
Nah, they ain't going to do that.
I don't care what they are and aren't going to do. That's what I want them to do. Let me fantasy book, fucker.
I know, but as much as I love Rhea, they are just going to...
I don't
super over, and they're just gonna put her in everything.
I don't mind Rhea constantly being in the title picture, but she doesn't need to be in every single title match, right?
I know, but she's Raw's Charlotte Flair.
She's arguably more over than Charlotte ever was.
I completely agree. Charlotte is only over when she's hated. Which sucks for the mental health of Charlotte, but...
Right. So...
That's right.
Match 5, LA Knight and CM Punk versus Braun. And I said, oh, they are actually calling them the Vision. Yay.
Yep. I don't care for the name, really, but I understand it.
Listen, it'll grow on us. Evolution sounded stupid, too, and now we look back and like, that actually wasn't that bad.
I just hate the music.
So, Seth, basically, it's a nothing match from my end. Did you see anything cool that happened before the run-in?
So they did the Steiner Bulldog again, which I pop for nostalgia reasons. Aside from that, they had Braun Breaker did his little clothesline from the apron to LA Knight, where he clotheslines him over the announce table,
and the table didn't break. And it looked like it hurt.
He just flipped over. He went, He went,
the only thing I could think
head
of
over
is
house there.
The only thing I could think of in the back of my head was, I am the table.
Yeah, other than that, I mean, that was the two coolest spots. Other than that, the baby faces started working like Braun's arm at the beginning, and it was kind of back and forth until the run-in. But Punk got a hot tag and was running wild on Braun, about to set him up for the GTS, and then out comes Rollins, who did not leave for the attack on Punk from behind.
Gasp. Sorry.
I know. Who would have thunk?
So they jump Knight and Punk. Jey Uso comes out and stands in the ramp for a while because no one ever just runs to the ring.
Right.
I guess we'll probably get a 6-man next week.
Yeah.
Adam Pearce comes out and said that at Clash in Paris, it's a 4-way for the title match, and Seth's going, I know what you're gonna do here. And he's like, it's going to be Seth versus LA Knight versus Yeet Man versus... But he didn't say Yeet Man. That's what I'm calling him. Versus Punk. LA and Punk then get into it in the ring.
What a bunch of stupid fucking baby faces.
In the middle of it, Yeet Man tries to separate them and then gets elbowed by Knight, and then the Vision comes in and decimates the group. And this is where I'm going to have to go on another little mini rant. Are you ready?
Go for it.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I'm not even mad about this match being made. I think they've got 4 solid enough wrestlers that this will be a fine match.
Yep.
My problem is I am so tired of the lack of creativity in their matchmaking. Do you want to know?
Lazy booking.
Do you want to know what I think would have actually been super fucking creative in this match or in this setup?
What's that?
Why not, if you want to have a lot of fun, since there's some dissension between Punk and LA anyways, make it a tag match, and if anybody pins Seth, they become the world champion.
And then all the baby faces would be falling over themselves to try to get the pin.
It would be chaos. Or if you want to take it even,
they're gonna do that. They're gonna do that anyways, probably.
Or if you want to take it even further, if anyone in the match gets a pin, period, they become the world champ. Because then you can start sowing sows of deceit amongst the Vision, and you don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to. You don't have to say that if it's going to lead to an immediate breakup between them, but it at least would make some compelling storylines for people that might be like, well, stuff like that doesn't really work well. I did some research.
So, in a fatal 4-way match, because that's what he called it, it's a fatal 4-way match.
Right.
Is it elimination?
No.
Or is it first person to get the pin?
It's first person to get the pin.
Okay.
So, 2009 Backlash, Randy Orton was it was a 6-man tag, actually. Randy Orton with Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase defeated Triple H with Batista and Shane McMahon for the WWE Championship. So Orton had lost his match against Triple H at WrestleMania, but at Backlash, which is the following pay-per-view in 2009, it was a 6-man match, and Orton ended up getting the pin and won the WWE Championship that way. And if you want to take it back a little bit further, because that was actually in the beginning of the, or towards the middle, I guess, of the Ruthless Aggression era. We can go back even further. King of the Ring 2000. The Rock, who was teamed with The Undertaker and Kane, defeated Triple H, who was teamed with Vince and Shane. And The Rock won the WWE Championship that night. So there's a history of at least these types of matches happening.
Especially because the rest of the group is going to be heavily involved, because 4-ways are automatically no disqualification and all that shit. Correct. So it's already going to be 3 versus 3 anyways.
Right. And again, I would personally want it to just be whoever gets the pin gets the championship, because that is going to cause pure chaos, and that's what I want. If you're going to make things chaotic for me to have to watch any goddamn ways, give me a reason for it to be chaotic other than, hey, I have buddies that are going to help me win.
Yeah.
But even if you just wanted to be, you had to pin Seth, I could still at least understand that. And at least then it's just something different that hasn't been done in fucking 20 years, 15 years. Yeah, it's been like 15 years. That's happened in other promotions as well. Apparently, TNA's done it a couple times. There was, in fact, this was actually the same format that China won one of her Intercontinental Championships. Was in a mixed tag match.
The time her and Jericho were co-champions.
No. It was she was with Eddie, and she got the pin on Val Venus and won the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh.
Or no, she pinned Trish, but still she won the championship.
I only remember her run with where her and Jericho were co-champions.
Um,
But that was a long time ago.
yeah, but yeah, it's happened several other times, and like I said, this is just a booking thing that I feel like they had an opportunity to do something different, and they just went with the easy way out. That, don't get me wrong, again, it's still going to be a solid match. It's for at least three very capable, and then Jey Uso. Um,
Poor Jey Uso. He can wrestle.
he can.
We know he can wrestle. He's just boring. He's. You talk about the 5 moves of doom. Like, literally, he only does 5 moves. If it's even 5.
No, it's...
Spear, super kick, splash.
And his entrance.
So the 3 moves of doom and an intro.
No, his entrance, because you got to remember, he'll do that mid-match.
Yeah.
It's a move at this point. Dude, could you imagine if they added that into WWE 2K next year? Where?
Yeah, that's his signature move. It just pans around the fucking arena and he just starts doing the thing again.
Oh my god. Hey, 2K, you have an opportunity to do something very funny. But no. Yeah, that was my little... This wasn't near, obviously, the rant that the fucking Bloodline thing was. But yeah, I don't know. I just wish there was more to the booking than... Oh, 4-way dance. Let's do a little 4-way dance together. And at the very least, if you're going to do a 4-way, make it elimination.
I would prefer it to be elimination.
But when was the last time they had an elimination fucking 4-way dance?
I don't know. Probably not as long ago as we think. But I think the elimination factor would make it a little more interesting.
2010.
Okay, that is probably a little further than I thought. So
now that's okay. That's according to Google AI. I want you guys to understand something. It's probably wrong. So when I first was searching through Google to try and find, because I knew there were matches where a singles title changed hand in tag matches, and Google AI was trying to tell me it was the Intercontinental Championship, and the match was like Owen Hart and Mark Henry versus somebody else. And they said it was August 19th or August 9th of 1999, and then I wanted to make sure it was right, so I Googled the Raw match card for August 9th, 1999, and that match was not on it. In fact, Owen Hart wrestled against, I want to say it was like Val Venus, if I read it correctly. What was it? It was... No, it was Val Venus and Jeff Jarrett. Val Venus defeated Jeff Jarrett with Deborah was the match that Val Venus was in, because Val Venus was mentioned in the other match for this night. And I was like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Because I'm pretty sure it wasn't... I'm pretty sure Owen Hart was passed away by then.
I can't remember when he was...
Yeah, like 3 months. It happened 3 or 4 months before, because Owen Hart passed away in May, and it was August. And they were telling me Owen was in a match in August. So yeah, no, I looked it up, and they were completely wrong about the match. They were completely wrong about the people. Like, Val Venus and Jeff Jarrett were both mentioned in that match, but that is not... Like, I was like, okay, so that didn't happen. And then the first time I looked it up, the AI was like, yeah, this happened in a championship scramble. And I'm like, no, AI, the championship scramble is a whole different type of fucking match. Why couldn't we do that? If you're going to throw me these 4 people in this match, give them a 30-minute time limit, and whoever has the title by the end of the fucking 30 minutes is the champion. Something different than just a standard fucking 4-way, man. Sorry. Anyways. Something that we did notice that I noticed that didn't happen tonight, which does not surprise me. It would surprise me if they were in America. There were no "We Want Cross" chants. Which is like,
I think everybody's confused by the situation, and they don't actually think he's gone. So I don't think you're going to get any "We Want"
or
cross chants.
So I would be interested to see if something plays out. I'm not saying this is what happened. I would not be surprised if the WWE asked the crowd to not do those chants. Obviously, crowds will crowd. So, I mean, I don't know how you can...
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think you even mention it, because then the crowd's just going to do it any damn way.
Right. My only other thing I could think of is, it is in Canada, and they probably didn't even think of it. Because, like I said, the last, 3 to 4 weeks, even back through SummerSlam, it has been very, very... there's been a lot of "We Want Cross" chants happening. So it just felt weird that all of a sudden it didn't happen. But I agree. A lot of people are probably just confused because we're Cross is on Twitter talking about, hey, if you want to book me, here's the booking email. His wife, same thing. She posted the exact same thing for her stuff. So they're both very much playing into the idea that they might actually be, gone. But at the same time, WWE is doing this whole thing where they're using real life story angles to try a lot of people think that the R-Truth situation was a work, and it wasn't. He was legit let go, and the crowd just chanted enough to get him rehired.
I think this could be something similar to that, or they're trying to replicate it, even though they didn't really do anything with Truth after all that.
No. And they got to be careful. They really got to be careful with this. So apparently a lot of indie bookers and other companies are afraid to reach out to Cross because they don't know if he's signed, right? And that's one of the things you got to be careful about. You could be fucking Cross's chance at working up.
Legitimately.
If you legit let him go and nobody wants to reach out because they're afraid that he's actually signed to your company, you're fucking him over and anybody else in the future, by the way. Not just him. But anybody that could be getting released, all of a sudden people are afraid to book him. And if that's what you're going for, that's some shady shit.
That's scummy. That's some scummy shit.
Now, if you are building this up into a story, you still got to be careful on that end because you can't keep doing this. You're going to eventually cause fans to be fucking irritated and never believe anything that you're doing.
You're working the boys and shit too.
Yeah. So I don't know. They even went as far as moving them to the alum section on their website and stuff like that. So it's still 50-50. No one truly knows what's really going on. Here's what I can say, right? For anybody that is we want Cross and AEW, he's not going to go to AEW. Not going to happen. There is no way in hell he ends up in AEW, regardless of what happens.
No, he could have already, and he didn't. So
well, he's not going to go there because Don Callis is there. And for those of you that don't know, Don Callis got accused by Cross's wife in TNA of sexual harassment. And TNA didn't do shit about it.
Sounds like a corporation.
Right. Well, TNA's under new management. But my reasoning I'm pretty sure Cross isn't going to end up in AEW is because Don Callis is there. And Don Callis has a big part in AEW storytelling right now. Unfortunately.
What you're saying is he's not going to come and join the family.
No. But then again, if for some reason they found a way to fucking work it out, they say never in wrestling. So I mean, you never know. He could fuck around and show up there. But I'm just telling you, I think that is the least likely place they end up because of all that shit from the past, right?
He's more likely to go to TNA than AEW.
I think he would end up, if anywhere, in TNA. MLW. I mean, there's tons of indie top tier indie promotions is what I'll call them. I won't call them because you got some shitty indie promotions, and then you got some more well known.
Yeah, they're bigger indies.
Yeah, you got your GCWs, you've got your MLWs, things like that. He could fuck around and end up in Japan. I don't know if he will because he's apparently got some sour history with Japan. So yeah, we'll see. So yeah, I was trying to think if there was anything else newsworthy that I feel like I always have like a couple little bullet points. That was really the main one.
I think because there's still a lot of uncertainty, we won't have really anything else till probably Wednesday.
Right.
We'll probably learn more about Naomi and the injury by then. Maybe we'll have a cross update by then as well. And hell, with the way wrestling is, who knows what else is going to happen between now and then?
Right. Why is Bailey typing in ding dong on Twitter? What the fuck is your problem, Bailey?
She uses the thing. You don't remember her ding dong gimmick?
I do not.
Oh, yeah. She's used that before.
Oh, hold on. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Adam Cole's trending, and I thought maybe something was happening. I thought maybe something was happening with him. All right, anyways, that's it, guys. Yeah. So thank y'all for hanging out, and Raw was okay. It's not the worst Raw I think we've seen since we've started doing this.
It's a 2.5 out of 5 stars.
But it's not great. The wrestling was it was something to be worked on. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a long show that nothing happens in.
That's true. That's true. But at least it wasn't all commercials.
Yes. Good job, WWE. You didn't break us down with commercials. Well, you're saving that for Friday nights. Thank you for that.
All right, guys. We will talk to you next time. Deuces.
Later.